Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today for a special Moda Designer Mini YouTube Hop. So this is such a fun idea. Corey Yoder talked to me at Market. She said, I think it would be really fun since quite a few of the Moda designers have YouTube channels. And she said we could do something and, hop from one blog to another. And she kind of thought it all through and worked it all out and sent out an email. And I believe there were 4 of us that got back to her. So that would be me and Joanna Figueroa of Fig Tree and Company, and Heather Briggs of My So Quilty Life, and Robin Pickens. So you've got the 5 of us, and we're all sharing a video with you today at the same time. And we hope that you'll visit everyone's YouTube and watch their video. And also, if there are any of the channels that you haven't subscribed to already, please be sure and go subscribe to them. We'll have all of their YouTube links in the description below. So Corey thought it would be really fun to have an ornament theme for this little hop, and I thought that was a great idea. And I was racking my brain and trying to think of some kind of fun ornament tutorial to share with you, and I decided I have so many homemade ornaments, and I actually decorate one tree with them every year that doesn't have anything on it but lights and homemade ornaments and maybe a couple of others that I add in for contrast. So I thought I'm going to share my ornaments with you today. These are all homemade, either by me or a friend or my grandmother, or actually one from my mom. And also I have a gift for you, and it is a free table runner tutorial that I'll talk about after I share the ornaments. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm actually just going to start out with this ornament that my mom painted for me when I was a little girl. This is probably one of my oldest memories of making ornaments, and my mom used to buy these kits that you would paint by number for the ornaments, and she painted this one, and I always loved it. And wow, gonna get emotional. But I really was like 3 or 4 years old when we did this, and the little girl had blonde hair, so she gave it to me, and I've had it ever since. And ever since then, I've had a love of handmade ornaments. And my grandmother also increased that love of handmade ornaments. She always made handmade ornaments for us. This is a little stocking that she crocheted. And then if you're my age or older, you probably remember plastic canvas. So we had the years when my grandmother made the plastic canvas ornaments. And so I've got a little collection of those that my grandmother made. My favorite ornaments that my grandmother made were these crocheted ornaments with this really fine thread. And these are getting to be quite old too, because I think she gave me these in the 90s, but the bell, the stocking, the wreath, and the star and the snowflake. And then a few years later, she did an angel. So you can tell it's more recent. But then she didn't make any of these when she got a little bit older. But those are favorites. Some others that my grandmother made were this little 9-patch with lace, and she just stuffed it with batting and put a ribbon, and I've had this for many years too. So these are some fun things that my grandmother made. Okay, so here's another one from my grandmother where she did the counted cross stitch, and then I'm not really sure. She zigzag stitched to felt. And so the rick-rack covered the edges of the cross-stitch fabric. So that's a really fun and easy way to finish a project like that. Okay, the rest of these I've either made or they were gifted by friends. One year I wanted to make ornaments for everyone in our neighborhood, and I think we had 20 or 30 houses in the little circle at that time. And so I just kind of copied my grandma, and I made a little 9-patch with a ribbon and a bow, and I gave them a cute little poem with it. For a few years with my kids, I think I did these with my girls one year, we just did a simple felt thing where I cut out the felt and cut out fabric, and I just hot glued it. I think I took a couple stitches through these hearts and then sewed a button on, and then just some twine for a hanger. And I think we gave these away and made them to put on our tree too. And I did a star too. This would be super, super easy, and you could use, you know, you can see it was just hot glued, but I don't even know if you would need the hot glue if I would have incorporated the hanger with the button. So anyway, just lots of fun ideas. This one was actually gifted to me by Joanna Figueroa. I think she might have a pattern for it, her little pear ornament. So this is fig tree fabric, and Joanna gifted me this one year. Let's see, another year, I believe I was inspired by something on the internet, and I saw some striped Christmas trees. And so I just sewed strips of fabric together and put little trunks out the bottom, and they're kind of cute. This couple of these are missing hangers. Maybe I never put the hangers on, but I just stuffed them lightly. And I think this one, I mean, it was just a triangle and with a trunk. So just so many ideas. One year I made a bunch of these little ornaments with a little template that Barb and Mary of me and my sister had. It was just a plastic template that you could cut shapes out with, and literally hardly any sewing at all. There are 2 layers with batting in between, and then I just pinked the edges and sewed a stitch and added the cuff and the button. And then they had a heart template with different sizes, so I did the same thing. Hardly any sewing either. The button just holds it all together. I did zigzag around the edges, and then I just hand stitched the hanger, and then another heart version from that. I did an ornament swap several years ago with my blog, and these were some favorites, these 3 little birds that I received as a gift that were handmade. And I think my grandmother probably made this one too. This might have been my inspiration for the little felt ornaments that I made. And another, birds are super easy, and again, very minimal sewing, just around the edges, a button to hold the wings, and they actually move, which my kids always liked, and a really simple little jute hanger. This one was a tutorial on the internet when I was first blogging that I followed the tutorial and made. I believe I made 8 or 9 of these one year. And this was a little bit of work, so, but it was really fun. And I used lots of different fabrics from my scrap bin to make these little houses. Okay, we're getting down there. These, if you might have just seen my recent tutorial on the Scandinavian stars, I did a tutorial to share the Moda directions for making these with fabric strips, and I need to just get some hangers on these. I'm actually going to put all of this on my tree when I'm done filming this video. Okay, just a couple more. This is a beautiful folded star ornament that my friend Gail made me, and she used our fabrics, and that was really fun. This was the first ornament that I ever had that was made with our very own fabrics, so this one is really special. Okay, next up, this ornament was a gift from Cotton Way, Bonnie, in Bonnie and Camille. Camille's mom, Bonnie, made this ornament for me one year, and it is very, very special. She was actually had breast cancer and was looking for something that she could do to show love for her friends and family, and she actually made an ornament for every single Moda designer. And I'm not sure, well, actually I was not a Moda designer at the time, but I was helping her daughter Camille, and I had gone to market when Bonnie couldn't go, and she sent me this as a thank you. And she actually came out with a pattern, and so I ended up making another one later, and her pattern had these tall trees in it that are so cute, so I made a few of those, and of course I gave some of these as gifts too. But these are my little Cotton Way stash of ornaments. These were also gifts So many simple ideas. This is just, you know, a quilt block really, and then just there's a little bit of batting in there stitched around the edge, a few buttons to decorate the tree, and a yardstick twill tape for a hanger. And again, another one, this is just a fussy cut piece of fabric, stitched, a little bit of hand stitching. I love the little, I think they're called grommets. And anyway, they just put one of those in to put the ribbon through, and that way you didn't have to hang it at all. You could just knot the ribbon. Such a fun idea. Okay, I came out with my Oh Christmas Tree pattern several years ago and made a bunch of ornaments. And actually this one's a free tutorial on the blog, my log cabin ornament tutorial. And came out with this pattern, and I loved it so much that when our Favorite Things collection came out, I had to make more ornaments. So I have those ornaments made in Favorite Things, and when I updated the pattern, I added the stocking and I added the friendship star. So these are all in, and I included the log cabin and the star and the house. And then the tree is really, it can be an ornament, but you can also use it as a coaster. And I made a couple of those. Okay, one more stack of ornaments. And these were made for me and gifted to me by my friend Katie of Count Your Stitches Design Co. Her mom Val does a lot of quilting for me. And Katie has a cross stitch pattern shop, and you can actually get the pattern for these ornaments, and Katie made them and gifted them to me, and I really, really love them. Okay, so hopefully that sparked your imagination and gave you some ideas for ornaments to make. As my gift to you today, I have a free table runner pattern. This was inspired by my daughter Chelsea. She actually did a free pattern, I believe it was last spring or summer, with some low volume blocks mixed in with some stars, and they were kind of big blocks. And so I took her idea and I sized it down, and I did a 3-star runner, which is a perfect size for one of my tables. And I also included on the PDF a lap quilt option. So it would be really similar to the pattern that Chelsea shared, only these are smaller blocks. And so you could do all the low volumes, and then you have the 3 stars. And it's just a free PDF that I will have on my blog for you, and just kind of as a Merry Christmas from me to you. And I hope that you will enjoy sewing ornaments and hopefully even a table runner or a lap quilt. Okay, and I just want to let you know that I will find links to as many of these things that I shared as possible. Some of them really are from back in the day when I first started blogging, and so I'm not sure that the website tutorials are still there, but I will do my research and get links to everything that I can find for you. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed looking at my collection of handmade ornaments, and I also hope that you'll enjoy making this table runner or lap quilt, which is also included in the pattern. And again, there are 5 videos up today from the 5 of us, and I hope that you'll visit all of the other channels and enjoy what they have to share with you with the Christmas ornament theme as well. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks so much for stopping by.